What's up, guys? It's LBNinja7, and today I just want to make a quick update video. I haven't made a video in about a little over a week, and that's just because I've had my girlfriend visiting. Honestly, your mom's doing great, by the way. She's real pleasant. But yeah, just there's a couple Mistweaver updates that I want to go through, and yeah, it's a pretty exciting time to be a Mistweaver because I'm a little late to the party, but we did get a slight buff. It's basically just a I mean, you might be able to call it a PvP buff. It's not, but it's just a Mythic Plus buff, and it's to her spinning crane kick. I'm sure you've heard of it. 30% buff is not that great. Yeah, it's like about a third of its power being added to it, but it's like if you think about it, in a key, you press spinning crane kick as often as you can, but it's still not like the only damage button you press. So like say on average I was doing about like 2.4k damage per key, like DPS per key, and now I'm doing like 2.5k just because that slight buff to only one of our damaging. It's not that great, but it's a step in the right direction. I think they need to buff either Chi Burst, just make it do like a little bit more damage, or buff like Feline Stomp, make that like our damage option, just like get, I don't know, just do something like that, or just keep buffing spinning crane kick, just something like that. They can't, I mean, they're kind of nervous to buff these three abilities, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, just because they affect ancient teachings. Another cool thing is just to add spinning crane kick to ancient teachings. That would be kind of sweet, but that would kind of be a little broken on AoE pools. It'd be really cool, and it would be very satisfying watching the health bars kind of like go up with all the spinning. Just a couple thoughts, but I think we're still not where we want to be. We still don't do the shaman damage. It's just if a shaman can heal a plus 28 while still doing 5k DPS, but we can, do like good enough healing to get through the key, but only do 2.4k. Like it's just something about it. Just we need to do more damage somewhere. And I think like Feline Stomp or I don't know, something needs to be added again. But we do appreciate the buff, and we will take it. And we are not, we're not complaining. We're just suggesting. Anyways, so we also made it. We made it into the world first. I was watching the world first on and off while I worked through the week, and I was primarily watching it from Liquid's point of view. I'm not really like a fan of any team. Like I haven't been playing WoW long enough to really care that much, to be honest. If I had to say I'm a fan of a team, it would be Method, to be honest. But yeah, and then like once Echo's views started like skyrocketing compared to Liquid's, I watched them for a bit, but I didn't even catch the kill. I kind of joined in. I went to go get lunch, and then while I was eating lunch, I turned it on and I saw that they had already killed it. So I don't know, but I noticed the whole time the main difference between their comps was that they had a Mistweaver where Liquid had a Resto Druid. Now, the Resto Druid was pumping too, don't get me wrong, but dude, just the Mistweaver was popping off. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he was healing a ton. And I think you're probably looking and you're like, I mean, it's just a Mistweaver, like what can they do differently? And these really coordinated guilds, you already know that they're going to be getting like 2 innervates per Yulan, and then probably the third one's going to go to the Disc Priest. So that's probably covered. They also have 2 Holy Priests in their comp, and that their little ability gives 15% of our total mana back. So that's 30% mana back every 3 minutes. So I mean, I'm sure he didn't have any mana issues. The only weird thing is like, I guess it's kind of weird thinking, oh, well, why would the world first bring another melee healer? Just because, like, with Jailer, you have to kind of stick to the boss. You have to spread out. Like he's missing out on some healing. But I don't know, dude. He, despite all odds, he got it done. He pumped. He was their top heals. Very cool to see. I can't even tell you the last time that we were in the world first kill. I know I was looking at some logs the other day on Mythic Plus, and one of the top Mistweaver monks in his little bio, he's like, "I was the last Mistweaver in the world first." Not anymore, bud. We have done it. Now we are. I can finally say, like, I feel comfortable. I feel viable. You know, if you don't get taken into a raid because you're a monk, then screw those guys. They're wrong. We are world first healers. You know who isn't? Shamans. You know who still just pumps damage? Shamans. So yeah, it's just nice knowing that. So that's kind of like the big Mistweaver updates. Like nothing's really changed. We're still doing the same play style. If anything, I would say like I'm personally I'm gonna try out some. Let's see. Let me close this for a second. I've done 7 out of 8 keys this week, and I've gotten 2,500. I've timed like basically every key. Ooh. Yeah. So I've just kind of been playing. I've been honestly the reason why like some of these aren't timed is because like it was just the first time I ran it, and then I've been spamming. Where is it? I've been spamming Theater of Pain, trying to get the trinket. I already have my missed trinket, but I've really been grinding Theater of Pain and no luck. But I've done 7 out of 8. I'm about to do another one. I'm gonna try Night Fae. I think Night Fae looks fun. The only problem is you kind of have to rely on ancient teachings to hard carry the healing, and it can do it. It's a really strong legendary. We all know that. But like sometimes, like in my keys, like ancient teachings will kind of fall behind a bit, so I have to pull off and rely on renewing mists, vivifies, and stuff. So I'm kind of worried about that. But I think as long as I just sit there and just commit, as long as I'm like, okay, I see everyone's falling behind, just keep punching and kicking, like. Because if you just commit, then you'll start racking up those Rising Sun kick resets, and you'll stack some blackout kicks. And like when you get a 4 hit of your blackout kick, you just see those like 8,000 heals pop up on everyone. It's pretty nice. So hopefully that goes well, and hopefully it does a lot of damage. Because like I've been talking about, we need some damage options. So that's world first. Finally, I just want to update you guys on myself and raid. Yeah, as you see, I have this really ugly parse. This is heroic. We haven't even done Mythic yet. We're doing that next week. So my guild killed Ryglon. So my guild is 10 out of 11, but why am I not 10 out of 11? Simply put, there were tornadoes in my area. I live in like the south version of Tornado Valley. It's like we get tornadoes all the time. And yeah, I spent the night hiding in the bathtub while my guild was just showing Ryglon who's boss. So like I'm totally fine with that. Dude, get that guy dead. He seemed like an annoying boss. I only got like 2 or 3 pulls on him until I had to run. But yeah, so good for them. My Lord's parse is dog water. Okay, so I was pumping like 14, 15k, like just like a little bit more healing. It would have been like probably a 60 parse, to be honest. I was pumping more healing, but I noticed like it kind of seemed like I was padding my first revival because like my druid was already tranking there, and I was kind of just sniping his heals and just doing it to get my revival on cooldown. And we were kind of just dying to mechanics, like getting melee would get hit by the little green things. So I just said, you know what, I don't care about my parse. I'm gonna hold revival until either we need it early or I'm gonna hold it for that third swarm because we kept getting there and having no cooldowns. But we would all, like, no matter what, we would die to the mechanics anyways. So I just sat there and I was like, I'm going to run out any green that gets a melee. Like, my other melees were doing that too, but, like, I just wanted to, like, make sure it got done. If it hits a tank, I grab it and I run it out. So I spent a lot of time out in ranged and kind of like doing vivify and stuff, and you can see how that affects your parse. Like some of you have probably wondered, like can even though we use ancient teachings, can we come off the boss and like spam vivifies a lot? And it's like you can a little, and it can be good, especially if you have renewing mist going. But the whole draw to that is that our rising mists extends those renewing mists so that our Vivify hits more people. So if you're in range, you're only going to have like 2 or 3 up at a time. Whereas when you're in melee, you can get up to like 5, 6, just because you can extend them. So yeah, that was just a bad parse. But if you notice, I have a pretty pink parse. Yeah, I just like something about this boss. I feel really good about it. I feel like I can follow its movement. It's very predictable. We tank it in one corner, and then it like teleports that one spot, so I get my rolls ready, and then I Tiger's Lust, and then run over there and just start punching and kicking. What I did was I revivaled like as close to pool as possible. Honestly, that's my tip there, and then it would set me up to do a revival for the second like big shield burst phase. But like then I would let my other healers kind of deal with that first burst phase. But I would still pop Yulon there and just kind of go and get an innervate and just kind of help out with that healing. But mainly I would revival as close to pool. Like you'll notice there's like a first little burst of damage. I think it's when the ad comes out, if I'm not wrong. And that's a good time just so it's not all thrown to overhealing. It's like you'll get some healing from there. And then that helps your parse, I guess. But another thing for this fight, if you... why do I always forget this ability's name? If you Chi Burst on pool, then it'll be up for every time that someone gets that little line that like shoots 3 times. So you can literally Chi Burst on pool. Like you probably should be doing that every pool because it's just good to do. Like shoot it through your team, not at the boss, basically for the parse, I guess. But you can shoot it through that line and just guarantee healing. And I know that it's like a little tiny tweak, but I noticed it really helped my healing a lot somehow. So like, because you know it's not going to overhealing and it's uncapped and it just goes straight through everyone that's actually taking damage. And it's a 30-second, it happens every 30 seconds, so it lines up perfectly. So just do that. Chi Burst on pool, and then Chi Burst every time that someone gets that line, they have to walk out. Obviously, wait until that first shot comes out of the 3. That way they've taken the damage, but you don't want to do it right before all the damage comes out. And then, like, I'm kind of happy with the rest of my parses. Anduin, I know I just ran out of mana. I'm not going to lie. I would drink the 10-second channeled mana potion when he would spawn his first little creation, like where you have to like sit at the burn phase basically. But then we had 2 innervates going out, but I just ran out of mana. And then that last phase I kind of just focused damage. And yeah, all these other parses, like I got a couple 90s I'm pretty happy with. Which Skolex I'm glad I got to go parse on because that boss is really annoying to heal because you have to get off, like, you kind of have to dance with the boss, like, pull off, come on. It's really annoying because I tried to talk my melee into stacking, and they did it one pull, and it was very nice, and they were even like, oh, this is great. And then, like, once the swirlies all land at where you're stacked, you just move to the side and you just kind of, like, seesaw back and forth. But then they kind of stopped doing that, and I don't know. But once you get the dance down, like, every time you have to pull off the boss to dodge swirlies, just use that time to cast Essence Font or like Renewing Mist, and that's pretty nice. But yeah, Halandris, I'm glad I got a good parse on that. You honestly, in the walking phase, just make sure you stay on the boss. You're like shamans, unless they have Spirit Walker's Grace, they can't really heal while walking. Druids can. That's what they're great at. They should always do great this fight. If they're not out healing you on this fight, that's a problem. Priests, I honestly don't know about Holy Priest, if they can do a lot. I know Disc Priests can. They can shield, and then they can penance, and then they can stop for a second to get Holy Word Radiance off. So they should be able to do some healing. But basically what I'm trying to say is we can heal while walking. We just have to stick on the boss. So make sure you are on one of his legs, under him, do something, and then be smart about your the little earthquake things. But yeah, and then like cooldown management, I know it's kind of hard to heal this fight just because everyone's so spread out. Try to talk your group into like being a little, like, you don't have to be max range on this fight, you know, like you can kind of be, the whole room of the fight is kind of like this big dirt swirly. You can kind of be in that like inner ring of dirt so that your healers can hit everyone. But yeah, that one's just, the walking's kind of the hardest part to heal, and as long as you stick to the boss, Ancient Teachings will do a great job there. What are some other fights? Live 'em, dude. Honestly, that fight is just so easy. Just heal what you can. Your resto druid is probably gonna outpump you. That's fine. It's a good fight for them. Let's see. Guardian is horrible to heal. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The ads die so fast. We have nothing to punch and kick, but somehow I got a good parse on. I'll go ahead and I'll quickly go to my normal parses. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show off that 99 parse, and then my talking about my Lords of Dread parse. But it's always fine to stop doing good healing to do mechanics. Here, I mean, I haven't really done normal fights in a while. I got a great jailer parse. I'm happy with that. But yeah, other than this was just like week 1. I haven't even talked about this. I still don't have 4-set, which 4-set would have made this like a 99, 100, and same my Desanya pool in Heroic, that would have been a 100. Also, this was my week 1 kill, but week 2 I actually got a 100 parse, but no one was logging. I know I've talked about that, but yeah, it's just frustrating. But yeah, 4-set still escaped me. I am rolling with kind of doo-doo gear. I'm 264. I have people in my guild who are 270. Yeah. I don't really have like bist out gear yet. I went with wrist, just because it's nice. Dodges a slot, and then I kept the belt. I haven't even upgraded it yet, but I probably will keep it on belt. Because I would do it on ring, but we have some great ring options. The crit verse rings. Yeah, I'm kind of just rolling with this. The pants I got from Heroic. I got the hands from Heroic, and I got the helm from Heroic. So I'm looking for chest shoulder. Hopefully I get it next week, or I'm going to have to wait another week until we can craft it. But yeah, I hate this system, honestly. But yeah, that's about all I want to show you. I just want to show you we've had a couple updates. We made it world first. That's great. And also, I really, really want to talk to you guys about our subscribers. We are so close to 500. And if we hit 500 this week, the next weekend I will do a 12-hour live stream. I'll do it whatever weekend we hit it. So 12-hour live stream. I'll have my face cam on sometimes. I'll run keys with you guys. I'll raid with you guys. My voice might crack a little. Let's get to 500. We're so close. I think we're at 469. So just 31 more, and we'll do that. We'll all hang out together. It'll be a ton of fun. So yeah, make sure you hit like if you like just seeing these update videos. This is probably going to be the last one, just because like World First has already ended, and like I've already got KSM. But if anything big happens, well, you'll probably see it in my other videos. But I'm gonna go film my 8th key of the week, and I'm gonna do Night Fae in it. So you'll see that coming out later. And then hopefully you guys like this video. So let me know about that, and comment down below how your progress is going, and how awesome it is that we made it to world first. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.